Welcome to a midweek walk and talk, a special walk and talk. We finally got it. Officially released. Time Crisis from Arcade 1-Up. Only problem is it's $749. Gameplay leaks, $799. We saw that. I mean, was that a year ago? Has it been a year that we've been waiting on how much Time Crisis, when it will come out, and how much it will be? $799 was that original leak, and it's not $799, it's $749. But you know what? Factor the taxes in for a second. You know, what's taxes on $749? About $40? Practically that's $799. It's almost $800 to pre-order or buy Time Crisis. Thought about this on the way here. I'm not going to take a negative approach on the $749. We've seen $749 before. This isn't the highest we've seen in Arcade 1-Up or home arcade for that matter. I love that Masters of the Universe man. $21.99. Right next to the Hulkster with that intense look. $22.99. Alright, I'm sidetracking here. There's something I want to confirm from Arcade 1-Up right now. We're at Best Buy. We're going to get to the bottom of this right now. We talk about this sale with T2 every week. You know, I always joke around, you know, for the 103rd time, I want to say, is this $315? Because I am hearing mixed rumors. And right now would be a great time knowing how much Terminator 2, as of recording of this, August 22nd, 2023, is Terminator 2 still $315.99 with the release of Time Crisis? Shack Jam's $599 still. I'm gonna ask a sales rep right now if this price in store, if they'll sell it to us for $315.99. Representative tried to rein it up. We went up to customer service at the end of the aisle here, and there's nothing in inventory. The price is legit. I don't know, we came a week ago and it was still here. I know people that have purchased this. Here's the hope I can give everybody. Here's some reassurance. You see the release date was May 8th, 2023 for $599. That's what I pre-ordered this cabinet for. I paid $599 for Fast and Furious. Today, the 22nd of August, it's showing up in stock. About a week ago, it looked like Fast and Furious was sold out. It is 7:15 at night. We could still buy this. Things disappear. Terminator 2, for example, has disappeared. It's not on their website. You can go on there right now and you're not going to find Terminator 2 on Best Buy. You might see it in 2 days from now. Something that also left Best Buy for a while, not to mention Marvel vs. Capcom 2, you know, I mean, the fact that it's still available. This was, trying to find the date here, that was December of last year. But something that, and also Big Buck Hunter. So by the time we see Time Crisis, I'm thinking it's going to be November. Big Buck Hunter is the end of September. You got Street Fighter 2 that was supposed to be sometime in maybe early October. Casino Cade's available. NBA Jam early October. I mean, I don't think Time Crisis beats any of these other cabinets out. There's still time if you're thinking about Time Crisis. It's not so much of a time crisis to the fact that we have time to think about it. Turtles in Time was sold out forever. Now it's showing back up for $699. Just because we're not seeing Terminator 2, I'm going to give some hope here. I'm going to get to why Terminator 2 is such an asset right now after learning how high Time Crisis is. But I just want to say that the Marvel Pinball is $749 and X-Men $749. You're looking at a cabinet from November of 2021 is still $749. Not all of us paid $749 for this. But like I said, it's not the first time we've seen $749 on an Arcade 1-Up. There's been a lot of talk about Retro Shooter, which is a light gun plug and play. Comes with 2 guns. that has all those classics on there, similar to those plug and plays for your Ridge Racer Star Wars Outrun cabinet that we've seen. You put the sensors around your TV. You can upgrade and have some other controllers, but the main purpose is you're getting all of these consoles, the MAME. Get your guns here. Lethal Enforcers, House of the Dead. All these classics you're getting with the retro shooters. You know, Time Crisis is on here. Everything's on here. Along with, I mean, guys, ad games. I mean, there's ways to get light guns at home. I mean, there's cheaper alternates, right? But for an easy setup, something for a guy like me, retro shooters, a plug and play that will work and get you those games at home. And from one of my favorite modders, and I covered this on my last walk and talk, the retro shooters are actually hooked up to that Terminator 2 cabinet. The issue with modding in the past has been arcade one-ups light guns. They're not going to work with other things. They're set up to only work for Terminator 2. So what did Buy Stuff do? They got the retro shooters kit. They pretty much ripped out everything arcade one-up inside of there, installed this with the Pandora box, and now all those games are on the Terminator 2. Now it's early development, but you can see right there it was Time Crisis. They can play all of these games on here for a fraction of what Time Crisis will cost. So I mean, if you're not interested in bringing another cabinet, you can do this mod to your Terminator 2. You got to find a Terminator 2, but this will work. And you can see 2 players set up here on an arcade one-up are gonna play retro shooters on Terminator 2, and it works. And this is something that, you know, I have Terminator 2. This is something that I'm gonna definitely do. Even if I did purchase Time Crisis, I'm still interested in doing this. And they're playing Steel Gunner, I'm sorry. No issues. This is one of the games on the Time Crisis cab, Steel Gunner 1 or Steel Gunner 2, and it works. Guys, all you gotta do is find a Terminator 2, and you don't have to pay the $749. I mean, that's one positive thing I can give you if you want to wait for a sale, because a sale will come. It's just how long is it gonna take? We looked at Fast and Furious, you know, 6-7 months. We may not see Fast and Furious go on sale this year. Not everything's gonna be like NFL Blitz, you know, reduced in a matter of less than 60 days. I mean, Time Crisis is a special cabinet, and it looks amazing, but there's cheaper ways of bringing this home. And if you can find a Terminator 2, you could get all these games. Our favorite TN monitor, Pac-Mania. There are a couple of arcade one-ups. We're behind the Mortal Kombat 2 and the Pac-Man Deluxe. I do have Mortal Kombat 2, Pac-Man, and Class of 81. I believe there was a Mortal Kombat on the other side, I can't remember, but our favorite, Pac-Mania. They're getting closer, guys. $291.99. It was just $399. I mean, if we go online right now, I swear it's gonna say $399. I mean, you can see the monitor. That's the cheapest I've seen this. I said it's a $199 cabinet. They're gonna have to do better. Now, it is an open box, but there are Best Buys that these are showing up at. So I'm just throwing this out that eventually they will drop. Time Crisis will drop. These Deluxe dropped $50 around, I think it was Father's Day. Yes, it was a Mortal Kombat 2. You're gonna see sales. I mean, Blitz showing up at $4.99. We did see they were cheaper at Walmart. Shack Jam, this is something that, you know, we don't have to keep talking about it. There are sales that will happen. You can hold out. You can find a Terminator 2, retro shooters, and play that and not pay $749, close to $800 for Time Crisis. I'm not advising anyone to pay over $315 for Terminator 2, but I just want to prove something here. There's Kohl's has it for $6.99. eBay has one for $450. There are these are insane prices, but it's not like Terminator 2 is impossible to find. Best Buy shows that something's not in stock anymore, and then it shows up magically. They're gonna get more Terminator 2s. The world is not sold out of Terminator 2s. And it's not like everybody knows about this buy stuff mod that they haven't even finished yet. You're gonna be able to get this, and if not at Best Buy, other stores will drop this lower. It's another way to play these games, and I just want to throw that out there, that don't forget about Terminator 2. It's gonna take a couple of days to process how much Time Crisis is. You know, I think we're all getting our hopes up. Some people want it for $6.99. It's only $50 more. I mean, at that point, you know, you're already at $700. What's another $50? If you're gonna pay that huge, insane price, what's another $50, right? The Terminator 2. We're gonna compare positives with Time Crisis. Looking at Terminator 2, you know, that Joe Sabos marquee, the top of that monitor is 60 inches from the ground, and that's just your stock riser right here. There's no riser booster. You see the tape measures all the way down on the carpet. 60 inches. This is the highest arcade one-up screen that I have. It's a perfect, I'm 5'9". It's a perfect height for me playing this game. On a standard arcade one-up, your 4-player. I want to rate this probably where like the first big Buck Hunter was. At top of that monitor, under 52 inches. So this is low. This would be extremely uncomfortable playing for a shooting game. You know, when you're sitting on the stool, this isn't bad. I'm not a tall guy, but a screen this low would be completely uncomfortable. I mean, you just look at this. Look at Magneto. Under, right about the 52-inch mark. It was a concern of mine, something that I did ask, and actually Michael B brought up the question. I really appreciate Beacon showing off the Time Crisis cab. Looking at the Fast and Furious, the first thing that I pulled when I did this review was this monitor was higher than Star Wars. Like, you don't need a riser booster with the Deluxe. Like, how would you even do it? I'm under the assumption we're about 57 inches. Kind of hard on that angle. 56 and a half, 57 inches from the floor. This is comfortable. This is Terminator, couple inches, 2.5 inches, 3 inches taller. I'm guessing that Time Crisis screen, you know, that marquee is going to come up, you know, 70 inches, going to go high. But the screen, I mean, it all depends on that screen. You know, you look at Class of 81 and Mortal Kombat 2. I mean, look how much lower Mortal Kombat 2 Deluxe is. I'm guessing Time Crisis is exactly the same height, screen-wise, as Fast and Furious. So, I think it's going to be comfortable. I think this is going to work for a lot of people. That was a concern, and, you know, taking a positive on this, I think they nailed it with the monitor. But I want to complain about the guns. Like, I'm not going to... They did a good job showing off the Sinden on Time Crisis, and you know, it's the exact same way. It's a lighter gun though. This is a lighter gun. It's gonna be identical, guys. It's gonna, the blues and the red, I mean, the colors are identical. And if you've ever held the Terminator 2 guns before, you know they're light. Yeah, they have the recoil on there. I mean, they're a step up. They're a step up from this gun. And I think that the control deck, I like this control deck, but I like the Time Crisis one. It just looks like it's one piece. It just goes in, it doesn't come out like this, but this is just, you know, reenactment of the actual T2 cabinet. But I think they could have did $5.99, and that's why I wanted to compare this cabinet. You're getting the same, they're going to be plastic. You know, they can take the guns apart all they want. It's the same caliber here. You do see that Midway logo on the guns. but it's the same caliber. I know they're a step up. You're getting 4 games versus the 1 game. The marquee, it's huge, it's 70 inches. You can see that T2, and I do have a riser booster on my Ridge Racer, so probably this will be the highest cabinet, you know, along with T2 because of the toppers. But, you know, 70 inches, you can compare it to Big Blue. It's going to be higher than Big Blue, but that marquee, not only does it light in the front, but it's all one piece, it wraps down. So, I mean, it's really going to stand out. It's a beautiful cabinet. But $749, I think they're pushing it. Especially, you know, even though the guns have the recoil, they're not going to be much different at the end of the day than what we're getting with T2. In Big Blue as an example here, a little bit of a reference on the height. Time Crisis, 70 inches. So directly underneath that tape measure is the 70-inch mark. This is coming at 67, so Time Crisis 3 inches higher than Big Blue. So if you have Big Blue, you can see how much lower that monitor is. Look at this. It's exactly where X-Men was. You're at that 52-inch mark. So I think it's gonna be similar to Big Blue, but the monitor's gonna be higher, like we saw with Fast and Furious. You can just see Fast and Furious right here, Mortal Kombat 2, the difference in that monitor, and that's gonna be huge when you're playing. And how much lower, you know, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and Big Blue, Street Fighter 2, same levels here as that Mortal Kombat 2 Deluxe. An official Sinden light gun that I got from the manufacturer. You know, it's not a cheap gun if you've purchased Sinden before, but it's, you know, it's solid. It's solid plastic compared to your Terminator 2 guns, which there's nothing wrong with these. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with these. I'm just trying to figure out why we're paying $749. The iArcade was $800, okay? I paid $798 for that. It's not that, you know, we've never paid that much for these cabs. It's just, I don't know where they're coming up with $749 for. If they're gonna use these guns, I think they could have did $599. This is a great gun. It's built, it's got the recoil on there. You know, the cords are the same that you're getting. Sinden, these are Sindens as the T2. But, I mean, if they were using guns like this, I can see, okay, $749, $799. But they're not. They're using these. I wanted to make this video just to say, I think they could have did $599, and I think that it's not available to pre-order yet. They're going to let us know. They're going to notify people. But I think a lot of people, I want to say there's over 500 people in the live stream watching. I think they would have pulled the trigger on this. I think they would have pulled the trigger on Time Crisis. And now, people are expecting a sale. But that could take a while. Decide for yourself. Go on Arcade1Up, download the app, check them out online. You'll see Time Crisis for $749.99. We'll find out when it's actually going to be available. There's not any news on here yet. Check for content from B-Con. Cons are us. He has a review unit, and he's going to get down and show the build, show unboxing, gameplay. I mean, it's a beautiful looking cabinet. It's just $749, and you're just gonna have to think about it. And like I said, I think you're gonna have time to make that decision. It just, the screen, when I saw this picture, it looked low, kind of rating this guy as my height. It didn't look as high as, you know, you don't know about these images, like how real they are or not, but it didn't look as high as T2. Like this is perfect. And you know, when you get into prices this high, you know, the darn thing better be really good, right? Time Crisis Deluxe, $749.99. There's no doubt that this is the most anticipated release from Arcade1Up yet. And I was getting excited about this and thought about it a lot today. I didn't want to pull the trigger. I'm out of everything, I'm happy that I don't have to like decide on pre-ordering. Even if it was $5.99, it's just, it's been a while since I put a cabinet together, and you kind of want to go, kind of want to see like how far you can go, how long you can go without buying another arcade one up. But you know, I do like the cab, and you know, that's what you're getting for $7.49. And my thoughts, my concerns about that, I don't think there's anything wrong with the cabinet. I think it's going to be high enough. Everything's going to be great. It's just the price. Want to do a video to go over my thoughts on Time Crisis. We talked about it a couple of days ago. We talk about it a lot. We're going to see a lot more coverage on it. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Where you see Marvel vs. Capcom 2, about putting the Street Fighter 2 Deluxe right next to Big Blue. What do you guys think? I was going to do a short about this, but since we were doing this video in here, you can see the three. Having it right here, moving Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the other side. Gonna kind of shake things up in here a little bit, but I'm liking the Deluxe. XLs are better, I understand, but I think it would look good right here. What do you guys think?